Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 27th of March for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the standout details to look out for that we can all relate to collectively, but please stay with me. I will go through each of the signs, Aries through to Pisces, then to give you the standout features for each of those and the timings. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. This is very much a community, so please do share any thoughts you've got. I do interact with each comment, and please do subscribe. If you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for joining me once more. Now this week sees a really important alliance between Mars and Pluto that I don't think is going to get that much coverage. Mars is in the sign of Cancer now, which means that it's in fall. This is not its best location, but it's in a 150 angle, a quincunx, with Pluto in the sign of the collective, Aquarius. So Mars in house 4, Pluto in house 11. So balancing our emotional responses with how we connect with other people is going to require a degree of patience, because Mars in Cancer can be quite defensive and reactive. Also, Pluto in Aquarius is equally in its fall, so not its best location either. So this is a week that when we're discussing anything to do with groups or friendships, committees, we just need to try to be as calm as possible. But it's also a week when on Thursday, 3 different planetary aspects all reach a peak, and all of them can be very positive. One, Venus in a conjunction with Uranus, can have a downside. It just depends on our unique circumstances. But certainly the conjunction between Venus and Uranus pushes us to think about our relationships or our finances in a fresh way. So if things have got a little bit stale in terms of our approach, Uranus is asking us to be a little bit more radical, but it also can give some people the push to separate from someone they may have been close to. So it does have that potential for a downside, as well as the potential for innovation. However, the 2 planets of contracts, Mercury, the planet of trade and commerce, is in a conjunction with Jupiter, the planet of growth and potentially of fortune. And that also happens on Thursday. Very exciting combination. That's when it becomes exact. But Mars, despite that rather tricky angle to Pluto, is actually forging a really positive one to Saturn. You couldn't really make it up that Mars is having these 2 relationships. And of course, Saturn itself in the sign of Pisces, it's pretty early doors. So all these planets have recently moved, of course, but it just suggests that if we can embrace the more emotional sphere, which is, of course, Saturn in Pisces, Mars in Cancer, in terms of how we structure things, that's a good thing to do. You know, just looking at things in a purely logical way, which might be the call out to Pluto, is not necessarily the best approach. Now, if you would like to get really excited about more serious astrology, if you give me 3 pieces of your personal birth data, time, date and place of birth, I can produce for you your life roadmap report, which will give you a much greater understanding of the patterns that have occurred in your life, the more challenging ones, but also where you can seize your qualities with more confidence. Also, within my special package of 30% off, you can get your 12-month personal forecast. This is totally, both these charts are totally unique to the person they're produced for, and can give searing insights for the times ahead. If you don't know your time of birth, I've set up a new type of chart where you can have the analysis and also the forecast, but more based on your sun sign. Please see the link below for that too. Finally, if you would like your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see the link for that too underneath this video. Taurus, with the Sun, Mercury and Jupiter continuing in a contemplative part of your situation. You may find yourself just wanting to draw back a little bit and really think about some of the deeper strands in your life and in your situation. But the combination of Mercury and Jupiter, which reaches a peak on Thursday, could see you doing something very noble for someone else. This could be a thoughtful card, a text message, a gift, or a donation to a good cause, but it will bring its own karmic reward. Ironically, some kind of acknowledgement for past good deeds could come back to you this week. So someone could be in touch to thank you for how you've helped them. And when they communicate this to you, it could give you a tremendous amount of personal satisfaction. In some cases, and I have to say it's probably not the greater amount of cases, there could be contact with someone from your past. Now, this could be a business contact. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic one. And with Venus joining with Uranus in your sign, Venus your ruler, you're definitely going to amplify the magical qualities you possess this week, even if with the Sun, Mercury and Jupiter a little bit more withdrawn. The way you go about this may not be full bore. But what I would say is that Uranus can create surprises, especially around relationships. But I think it's what's unique about you that's going to be alluring to someone else. But if they do let you know, it may not be in an overt way. So watch out for non-verbal communication, someone's body language, or just trying to get nearer to you in some kind of social gathering. And it could be that this person is actually quite shy. Now, because Mars is in a very fast-moving part of your situation and forging a very constructive link to the break of the outer planet Saturn in your sector of your future, as much as you may want to thrust forwards, Saturn could slow you down, but actually in a very positive way, and be a good counterpoint to the more potentially instant gratificational energies that Mars demands. So even if you do have some conversations and you see a path opening up for you, I wouldn't go for it too quickly at this stage. And one of the reasons for that is that Pluto is actually in a very powerful location linking to Mars. Your words or your message could be misinterpreted this week. Someone may feel that you're seeking too much authority in a situation, or actually trying to steer or manipulate something. And that's something you want to avoid giving that impression. And I think you're probably best waiting until the Sun powers into your sign on April the 20th, and then things can start to speed up in the way that you want. But with the quarter moon this week, seeing the sensitivities of the Sun linking with the moon in the chatterbox third house, just be a little bit cautious about who you share more confidential issues with, because someone, even if it's not malicious, could just let something slip that you want to keep tight to your chest. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Taurus. Please do like and subscribe, and please feel free to comment.